me. You didn't force me to tell you. I'm telling you something about me. I want the Liberian people to listen to it and be able to vote for me. Look, Jesus Christ himself said, only the criminal will be able to preach the Bible and understand it better. Okay? Why do you think Jesus made that remark? Because he knew there would be criminal in the world. Look, if I go to speak chicken today, you'll put hanger on me and probably me in Bagan.
Are you making this statement to get the vote of the young people who these days are called Zogos and Zogis?
Or to maybe seek forgiveness?
Let me tell you, I'm making this statement to identify myself and where I come from, the struggle I went through, so you can build your life from there as younger generation and know there is hope in the future.
Bad people will use electronic and print media. They use everything to promulgate dirty propaganda. So they take advantage of that and they spread their own dirty propaganda to outpower us, to outsmart us, to dirty us around the world. So investors cannot come here because you want to come. They'll be afraid. That's their intention, not to allow investors to come. So they do all kinds of things to destroy this government image. That's what I know. Because this government cannot involve itself in killing people and killing people. President Joshua, when he became president, he opened a church.
In more recent time, and just over the weekend, Ambassador Joseph Boakai made a statement that people shouldn't take men's job and give it to boys. He's a boy taking over a man's tax in the presidency. What do you make of that?
Two things I want to say. That statement doesn't go well with me. If Mr. Weir is a boy, then I think he's a good boy. Because Joseph Boakai, former Vice President Boakai, dropped in his heart. He collapsed, almost died. It is that boy, because George Weir, who ran there, pick him up, charter a plane to fly him abroad for open heart surgery that made him to live today with pacemaker battery. He's a battery total right now. So the battery is controlled by the white man who gave it in a medical center where he was flown to. So maybe he's not well to speak the way he's speaking. He's not well. He's using battery. It's not normal. A man who is using battery and a man who has a natural eye, compare the two. So Joseph Boakai, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He's sick. So maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boakai, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He's sick. So maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boakai, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He's sick. So maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. How many million people voted that boy? So many millions. Look at this boy and you letter him. Maybe you call Joseph, George Weir boy because of the age. Because Joseph Boakai is over 70 and this boy is about 50 something. So when you say boy, well, that's it. But boy in the sense of immaturity, no. George Weir is mature. He's mature. That's why he told Joseph Boakai on the ground where he collapsed to fly him abroad for medical checkup, for medical heart surgery. That's what made him to live today. I think Joseph Boakai, in conclusion, should be very grateful to that boy who flew him out of the country for open heart surgery that make him to live today. But the way Joseph Boakai speaks, the way he acts, he is one of the 9 ungrateful lepers. The fact is, you could have know you, but he did not. He saved this old man. But what the old man is returning is ungratefulness. Call this president boy. You call the whole Liberian president boy, then you old man, you told him battery around here. But I cannot look at a battery man and elect you because any minute you could collapse. But you already say you want to be president, and we know your record. You're on the time bomb, on the borderline.
Just sitting and laughing at reading the comment section. John Balu said the reason why he's in this is to save the state. Save Liberia. But Senator Balu was senator when in his county 5 wonderful Liberians gruesomely murdered. Their bodies were mutilated. He didn't say anything. A colleague who was then a senator, whose name is enshrined in the TRC report, whose testimony you can find everywhere, that allegedly carried out a massacre on the Kavala River, became a senator from in jail. He came from jail. That case died in Maryland. Senator Balu was senator. Senator Balu was senator when Kid Juba was killed. Senator Balu was senator when the Fula man was beheaded in River G. Senator Balu was senator when the 17 young men were killed between Lower Magidi and Grand Bassa County. Senator Balu was senator when one of the people who funding all of his effort was giving Intergeneral Hosmer money and squash car to lobby for him to move on traveling ban and access free. But today, he say he wants to save the country. Senator Balu was senator when Bridgeway from London came to do prospect in Liberia. Senator Balu then got vehicle and money.
Balu la Brian, senator.
He thought of saving Liberia then. You know, sometimes some people sit on a particular platform, and this is the reason why the argument is going to get big this few times. Because look,
I don't think I can do this. It's against my faith. I don't want to do it.
Agostina,
Yeah.
you can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Don't do it to me. You can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Don't do it to me. You can't put me in any situation that I can handle. Don't do it to me. If you talk to somebody and they tell you, say, oh, because I'm more, you don't do it, don't put me in any situation I can handle.
I don't talk to anybody, boy.
No, okay, you ain't got to do it. What you do for me, let you go to the lady tomorrow morning, we'll see her. That's all. You ain't got to do anything. Yeah?
Yeah, for what now?
Agostina, don't put me in any situation I can handle. Where yeah?
At the station.
All right, I'll come in for you after that, so we can go see her. Yeah.
So do what now?
Not doing anything. We just go and see her.
I don't do anything, but I can't do it. I can't afford it.
Agostina, then it will not be for me.
It's not a job budget. And somebody come and stand in front of me and say Representative Gray is misleading the public. It's a disservice to you, and you must hold their feet to the fire because some of you voted for these thieves. Okay, that was the one. It's a thief. It's a thief. I'm telling you, it's a thief. Anybody who lie on what you took, he had checked here. We published no checks before. He denied a signature on those checks before 2020 campaign. He's a common criminal. I'm saying that to you. He's a common criminal. There's the budget he voted for. He's a criminal because he lied at $3.6 million not in the budget. He can't take me anywhere. I defy him. That's a criminal. No, I'm not angry. I'm being forceful. I'm being intellectual. I'm providing facts. No, I said something I didn't mention him, so they don't know I'm a medicine. He has no integrity in lie about integrity. He's in the crisis of integrity. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. He's not only fake. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. I say he's a criminal. He's a thief. To take a $45,000 car in the budget to vote for it, not just but to vote for it, and you didn't inform the people because say everything you will inform the people on record for that, and he didn't say anything about it. Okay, the pastor didn't vote, but why he didn't say it? Why he didn't say he voted for it? The records are there, Lord. Gentlemen. Senator Delon should be treated as a common criminal for lying to the public that there's no $3.6 million in the budget. Okay, and they said they didn't want it. Where they place it? There's $3.6 million. Hey, yeah, the money, yeah. The thing is in the budget. There's the final budget. So like they don't tell you when they took it all, they said where they put it. I beg you. One question is when they took it out, can you show us where you put your share? That's the question. If they answer that question, come back to me.
We now go over to Robert Tier of the Unity Party.
Yeah, everything I do, we must first tell the thing to the people.
That's what I'm saying.
We've been doing that. We have people clean the champagne in our various communities. In social science, said, go to people and ask them what they name. And so you posing them to say, I name this. If you don't ask your people, then what you carry to them? So before I ask them what they name and what they name, we're taking to them.
Your three major priorities.
Right now, if you look at I'm a teacher in profession.
You teacher?
Yeah, I'm a teacher. The second thing is that we want the boroughs autonomous.
The boroughs what?
It's autonomous. Yeah, it's autonomous.
Go ahead.
And we look at some of the things we want to consider because we talk about autonomous, that means you have a lot of facility, a lot of things that you do in the borough. And if you are autonomous and you have other things to do, and if you look at the men are young people graduated from college also in the district. Right now, the first thing we embarked was to have a reconciliation regional meeting out of the communities.
So Tia, at what level were you teaching? Was it elementary, junior high, or senior high?
We're teaching elementary divisions.
Oh, okay.
Elementary division. And we're credible, we are more accessible, and we're development oriented. So
Hello, Robert B. Tier is a librarian. After our graduation from the elementary school, we keep the Maribro to attend the junior high school, the Pastor Junior High School, and from there we went to Central High and we graduated 1998. I'm a teacher in professions. Robert Tier is one of the daughter's sons. Robert Tier is one of the credible sons. Robert Tier is deserved to be a servant in the district. Robert Tier is a public servant. I always work at the National Security Agency in Kematan.
So for the sake of our country, this man is now I went through night, sleepless night. I suffered day and night for 4-5 months, making the arrangement. They put Yomi Kanga Lauren one side. She was to be the running mate to the man. Costa then. Today, they push everybody one side and take Kun. When you put the future, the past into the present, how you move tomorrow? If you make the man disgrace, or it will be good for you. When you turn to the man, against our prayer for you to produce vice president. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for him. Can he go everywhere? No. The Omer is old. He take Kun to be vice president. When we win, then I could be doing a job for him. Can he go everywhere? No.
Maybe if they will succeed, maybe appoint me or dismiss me. I'll be better. It'll be better. I mean, I'll be very free. I'll feel free and sit down.
Well, if you put that challenge, so be it. It's not mean to move you. But we will come to Nimba, all of us in this country, to tell the people of Berege. You just see the mayor. To tell the people of Berege, this is the situation. This is the situation, and we need you. Because I'm talking to you as a man of God. And I said, if you've been offended, forgive. But if you take that to black the future of Nimba, nobody can stand in the way of Nimba future. If Nimba will produce president, VP, it will be. Nobody can stand in the way of Nimba future. If Nimba will produce president, VP, it will be. Nobody can stand in the way of Nimba future. If Nimba will produce president, VP, it will be.
Distinguished colleagues, this is a two-faced issue.
This is a critical issue in this country, and we must stand up and speak the truth. Because for you to use the fact that prior to printing, it means you already tell me print. But before you print, come up to me.
There is nothing in that paragraph that indicated that money should be printed. The essence of this exercise, the essence of this exercise is to know the facts. Everybody will have the opportunity to ask questions if you so desire.
This is a day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Good afternoon from Liberia. Good afternoon to you there in the US, in Germany, Turkey, the United Arab Emirates, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast. Good afternoon all over the world listening to us. This is the Freedom Hub right here on Freedom 87.9. And it's on a Monday. And of course, the name is Hagar Gonda. And so, yes, I'm here on another fascinating edition of the program. Too many great things to talk about. The communication coming from the Supreme Court of Liberia, by and through the justice presiding in chamber. We will give our take on that and make some clarity. We are listening to and following some lies being perpetrated in the public space. So we will provide some clarity and ensure that we put our country on the right path. Oh yes. And we are receiving credible information, intelligence, that the National Security Agency, or NSA, has invited Monserrado County District 10 Representative Yaka Yapa Koruba. For what? We will try to get to him, though I have been trying, but he's sounding like somebody that is somewhere and is unable to talk. He will okay the phone and talking low tone. So yes, these plus many other issues will be discussed right here. We will be placing a call, hopefully, to a well-seasoned courtroom reporter who is going to give us some insight on the issue of the communication coming from the Supreme Court. Oh yes. Our country these days, we just get into things. We don't even investigate. We run into conversation and not even having a deeper insight of what is that. And guess what? Hopefully we will be talking a bit about local politics, especially community politics,
residents of the Kangastan community in Johnsonville are expected to elect some course or corp of officials. And so, yes, between now until the election, we will be giving our take because our interest lies in our community. And so we'll ensure that the best kind of people are elected to represent the interest, because the flip-flopping you see in national politics, it started right from the community politics. So yes, these plus many others. Some I say I'm following you from Italy. Good afternoon, thanks for joining us. Crime Stoppers Liberia is proud to be associated with the Freedom Hub right here on Freedom 87.9. And old man Sam Sign and his team are heading that Crime Stoppers. And don't forget now, continue to play the Freedom Cash giveaway for the next 2 hours. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be ensuring that I can give out money to maybe let's see, should I set a benchmark of 25%? Yes, so between now, starting up at 4:20, as we speak from now up to 6 o'clock, I'm going to be giving money out to 25%. So all you have to do is to play the Freedom Cash giveaway. And somebody is asking, how can I play? Just dial *799# and OK. And once you do so, the options will appear. And amongst the options, you'll find Freedom FM at 11. So you go to reply on your phone and select 11 for Freedom. You're not spelling Freedom FM there. You only dial in 11, which is 11. 11 for Freedom FM. And the rest of them, the currency you want to play from, your password. And yes, with that, you automatically stand a chance to win 2,500 Liberian dollars. So all you have to do, just put or have at least 100 Liberian dollars on your mobile money account, or maybe 70 cents USD on your USD account. And with that, you dial *799# OK. When the options appear, go to reply and enter 11 for Freedom FM, and you stand a chance to win 2,500. So between now to 6 o'clock, let me see whether I'll reach my benchmark, and that is a challenge to you. As you play, that's how I'm going to be doing my draw to give our money to you that are playing. So yes, let the Crime Stoppers Library. We'll come back, then we dive into conversation for today on today's edition of the Freedom Hub.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you will report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Really, you can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Thanks so kindly. Crime Stoppers Liberia is proud to be associated with Freedom Hub right here on Freedom 87.9, and many thanks to Omen Sam Sion. Yeah, the paper is going to be climaxing a fast on, is it Wednesday or Tuesday? That is on tomorrow. Oh my goodness, celebration here at Freedom FM. We will be joining our boss to celebrate with him, at least after a month of respect for Allah. He's going to be breaking, and so because of that, we'll be joining him. So yeah, you can come and appreciate our boss as well. So yes, good afternoon, welcome. You can come and appreciate our boss on tomorrow. If you get a little gift for him, come and tell him, say, "Oh, man, Sam Sion. Yes, this is how we like to identify with you." The man has lived his life. All through his life, he has dedicated his life to community service. And yes, many of them we can't talk about here because he's somebody who like to do it undercover. So yes, too many things. We'll continue to push around and push conversation. When the debate writings, we'll talk about it. So yes, because of a respect for confidentiality, he has always asked that the little that he will do in his weak way should not be politicized. Because once you start saying these things, people will feel that politics. Even though he has said yes, he got interest in liberating our community, taking it from not our community now, but our county Montserrat, to take our county from septic tank. So yes, he's going to be helping to liberate our community, our county, and take it from a septic tank and bring it to a spotlight where the citizens here will understand the responsibility, the role and responsibility of national leadership. So yes, Omen Sam Sion, we are pushing, and to see between now to 2029 is going to be on the ballot, so that we ensure that some of those people that I like to term as boastful liars will not find space in our country to live. So yes, that is where we are. That is who we are. Good afternoon, welcome. And just so you know, I've been invited Ike's just a couple of days ago. Let me break this news. Couple of young guys in my community where I live in Johnsonville came over and said, "Hey, God, because of your continuous advocacy on the radio in showing that our country is made better through your little that you do, we have come to Ike's and beg that you serve as our youth chair for this community." It's a very big community, over 15 to 20,000 population we're talking about. They've said, we've asked that you please serve as the youth chair for our community. It was a bit laughable and something that, quite frankly, I've never talked about because I've never thought to, not that I'm not capable or competent to do so, but at least I feel like we can sit from where we sit here and talk about and help transform our country from what we do here. But they have said, Hager, we want to ensure that you have another opportunity to practice what you preach. And so after having that conversation with some of my bosses and things, we are still considering that. We are considering our final decision, whether we will contest. But again, the voice of the people is the voice of God, and we have to respect that. So yes, from here, I'm going to be having that conversation with my Chief Executive Officer, Omen Sam Sion again. And yes, any decision we'll come up with is something that we're going to be pushing, because we have to ensure that our community is protected. Like I said, some of the things we find in our country now is because of those that we started from our community level. So we have to ensure that our community have the right kind of leaders. If the young people in the community, especially the community where I live in Johnsonville, Kangasan, Johnsonville, is made of the population there, bulk of it is made of the young people. So if they can come up to say, we intend that, we're asking that you put your hand in the race. Yes, we are considering that. We don't want to be disrespectful to their core, but we have consultation with some of our colleagues and friends and bosses and things. And then, yes, based on that, we'll run a decision. But it's clear, personally for me, I will have to respect the core of the people to ensure that our community is better represented. Because all of those we see in the race, yes, they are just some of those political bare box here that we always see, and we don't want to ensure that our community is given to those kind of people who cannot even better articulate the issue well, and we can't allow our community to fall in the hands of those people, because it will also have a trickle-down effect on our country, because that is where the drug and other things, the drug activities and the criminal activities start from, the community level. And when nothing is done, when care is not taken, it escalates to the countryside. So we don't want to ensure that, or we don't want to be people who will sit and see. They say when the good people fail to stand, the wrong people will always lead, and bad things will be done, and bad decisions will be made. So we stand up to ensure that our country image is, our community image is protected, and our country is developed. So yes, having said that, we move on now to our talking points for today. We'll talk more about that. Yes, I know the followers having some are saying yes, they are support, the pledging support to Women Same Sign, as well pledging their support to our core, or the core from the people. So yes, we'll continue to talk about that. We'll continue to have some engagement with you, our followers, and things based on your advice and things. We'll run our decision. But yes, having said that, national politics we run to. There is this document from the court that is making rounds on the internet. There is this that is making rounds on the internet, and I would like to speak on this. So yes, I'm going to let me get the copy of the document from the code document, so that we can read it out for you. Then you understand where let me, can I just start up from the communication first that was sent by the head of the asset recovery team? Let me try to start from that point. Let me start from that point, from the communication that was sent from the head by the head of the, okay. This is the communication, is under the signature Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Code Task Force, or AREP. And here is April 8, 2024. It says, His Honor Yusuf D. Kaba, Associate Justice presiding in Chambers, Temple of Justice, Monrovia, Liberia. In reference, gracious read by and through its manager, Francis T. Blamo, petitioner versus the Asset Recovery Task Force, headed by Councilor Edwin Martin, also of the city of Monrovia, Liberia, respondent. May it please your honor, on the 28th day of March 20, it's small, so you'll have to bear with me. I'll be managing. Mobuka said, what's up, my brother? Yeah, we'll talk after this. Is it, on the 28th of March 2024, the petitioner in the captioned course of action filed a petition for prohibition before your honor and this honorable court against the respondent herein on grounds that legality was not obtained to make inquiry of petitioner's title documents and to have proceeded to pack petitioner's vehicles for verification. Respondent submits and says that this or its action was not deliberate to disenfranchise the petitioner, but same was done to investigate the allegation of suspicion surrounding the acquisition of petitioner's vehicles. Respondent maintains that the investigation of suspicion asset falls within the mandates of Executive Order number 126, which was announced by His Excellency Joseph Newman Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia. However, respondent submits and yields to the petition in part that says that the authority of the court and appropriate laws will be applied in consonance with due process and the rule of law. Meanwhile, respondent informs your honor and this honorable court that it reserves its right under the law to proceed with legal investigation. Respectfully submitted, Edwin K. Martin, respondent, Chairman, Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force, and it was received by John Hagda on the 8th of April 2024 at 11:40 a.m. And based on that, the court sent in this communication. Office of the Clerk, Supreme Court of Liberia, Temple of Justice, Monrovia, Liberia. April 8, 2024. Councillor Edwin Cloud Martin, Chairman, the Asset Recovery Task Force, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Councillor, in reference, gracious rod and through its manager Francis T. Blamo of the City of Monrovia, petitioner versus the Asset Recovery Task Force headed by Councillor Edwin Martin, also of the City of Monrovia, respondent. Petition for a rate of prohibition. By directive of His Honor Yusuf D. Kaba, Associate Justice presiding in Chambers, and considering the attached communication from the respondent, you are hereby informed that the justice has declined to issue the rate prayed for by the petitioner, reserving the rights to the respondent to proceed in keeping with law. So yes, based on these two communications that I read, I want to make effort to speak with a well-seasoned courtroom reporter, Peter Tobe, Peter, so that we know and understand from him what it is like the issue from the court, because the right speculations, the country, Liberia and Liberians, before our country can be transformed, we ourselves, as citizens, we have to change our mindset. We have to do away with the blind loyalist thing and run a country that will be void of self-interest or political interest. So with this, we can continue to allow ourselves to be used by people only because you think you're supporting one person. So I'm calling Peter Tobe. So yeah, not because we think, or because you think you're supporting a person, and so you close your eyes to what the reality is in the interest of the country. These were two petitions or two communications that I read. And the first one that I read came from the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval team, headed by Councillor Edwin Martin, who is a lawyer. And in the communication, as was read, you listen to the part where Councillor Martin himself alluded to the fact that due process was not given to the people or the owner of those vehicles. Because one thing the court takes seriously always is the issue of due process of law. If you think or you have the perception that Hagar is a criminal, Hagar, God forbid, stole something, the court allows you or asks that you should give Hagar due process. Hagar, did you steal, or are you in the know of this thing that God missing from here? Hagar said no. Hagar, was you here at any point in time and you saw this thing here? Hagar said yes. When was the last time you saw it here, and when you were leaving, who all you left here? And Hagar respond to your question. So when you do these things, in case tomorrow you go to court, the first thing when you go into court and say, oh, Hagar stole this from me and I want you to order him arrested. The first thing is you've cleared your side. You've respected the legal part of the law that says give Hagar due process of law. So with all of the questions that you asked, and Hagar responded to them, it clarified the part of the law that asks for due process. So that tomorrow the legal action that you're taking, it will not be something that Hagar is not in the know of, because apparently Hagar at times will have knowledge of what you're talking about, and maybe you carry Hagar to court. Hagar will tell you, say, oh, he took this thing maybe just to use it, and that you were prepared to give it back when you're ready for it. So maybe your thought of Hagar taking that because he's a criminal was not right, or it's not right. Hagar might have taken that thing for different purpose, for different reason. Maybe a loss, and then Hagar saw this thing, it was vulnerable, and because he never wanted it to lose or for somebody to take it, so Hagar decided to take it and keep it. So based on that, when you ask Hagar, you call Hagar and ask Hagar, Hagar will respond, and maybe through your conversation you get to know that okay, Hagar took this thing with the intent of stealing it, or Hagar got it but he don't want to give it. And so when you run to court, the court now will mandate Hagar or will push Hagar through the law, the legal system, to ensure that if that is true that he take that thing and people know of it, Hagar will prove or Hagar will present the thing that he stole from you. So you have the perception, political perception, that the case that got on the gracious ride is owned by Finda Bondo, the former chief of protocol in the office of former Liberian President George Weah. So you got a perception that those vehicles they are owned by or Finda Bondo, and then you believe that those vehicles were acquired through maybe government fundings, or maybe they were given to the government as goodwill by an individual or institution, and it was not used for the purpose. That is the perception that you have about it, because that perception has not changed. That is the perception you're still running around with. So the court is asking, did you at any point in time ask the management of Gracious Ride to say, oh, these are the vehicles that we are seeing, and from information we've gathered, those vehicles should be government vehicles. How you acquire those vehicles? Where are the documents? Did you at any point in time do that? And the second part about this is, so Edwin Martin, who's supposed to know better because of his field of study, because a person like you, a legal-minded person, you should know that these things should I say, the elementary part of law that you should know as a person. That is why even you as a lawyer, when you are representing the legal interest of a client, you will have to know, you will have to talk to the client behind the scene, get their side of what they are asking you to represent them of. So that you don't just go tomorrow and jump into conclusion or jump into or argument that you don't understand anything about. So you as a lawyer, you should understand, you should have known that this is a very elementary part of law that you should know. So you embarrass those people who were on those cars the time you impounded them, only because of your political perception that those vehicles belong to government, without any due process of law. Even though you are a legal person, but you got yourself engulfed with a political garment, and so it took away your sense of reasoning as a legal person. So the time you spend in school to learn the law that you learn, all that thing, the politics took it away. So you become senseless now, and the only thing you could do is to impound vehicles, because at that time you were a politician at that time. So you took an action without giving due process, and you ran, and the person ran to court. And in your own communication you send, I won't be specific on this. However, respondent submits and you to the petition in part that says that the authority of the courts and the appropriate laws will be applied in consonance with due process. So where you left the issue of due process before, that you could not give the people due process or the management of Gracious Ride due process before impounding the cars that you impounded. It was just as simple as it is. Those vehicles are running commercial transport in Monrovia, in Liberia, where you have jurisdiction over. The only common thing that you needed to have done was ask for the management team of Gracious Ride. Go to the management team of Gracious Ride. Ask them to prove to you the ownership of the vehicles that they got. To give you documents that will substantiate their claims of ownership of those vehicles that they have. But you did not do that. You got in the street one early morning, started to impound vehicles, and all of those vehicles that you impounded, the court slaps your face. You have to turn them over. And you are again in your legal communication alluding to your missteps, alluding to your failure to adhere to an elementary legal principle. So where is the sense? When you stood in court, you pleaded on behalf of clients. The sense that you used to reason at that time, where it went. Even you yourself, I believe, in some of your arguments in court, you requested for due process. You respected due process. But because some of you, like we said, you never went to the position you went to because you want to serve country. You went to the position you went to because, one, you want to witch hunt people that you think are rich today because of quote-unquote government or stealing from government. You want to go against people today because they hate your God for those people. Because as a legal person, nothing will take away your senses to make you understand that due process is a part of law that you should apply. As a legal person, nothing will allow you to proceed in the way you proceeded. And you're forgetting to know that the action you took, your action could lead to damage. Your action could lead to the government spending huge sum of money in damage to individuals that you embarrass publicly. Because by parking those vehicles, the first thing is you are publicly or indirectly terming those people as criminals. Because anybody who take what does not belong to you, anybody who take anything that is not yours, you take it, you are automatically a criminal. Especially when you think, or when the person take it illegally, like you are thinking. So that person automatically becomes a criminal. So people that the vehicles you park, you park those vehicles because you believe that those vehicles were stolen. So if you go to court tomorrow and you lose in your legal fight, those people have the right, the management of Gracious Ride have the right to go back to the very court and file in a lawsuit against you for damage. And they will be right. Because of a little thing, elementary thing that you needed to have done. I have not gone to law school, but I know within myself that due process is important. I have not been to law school like you did. But I know within myself that if you accuse somebody of something, or if you got a perception of somebody, negative perception, all you should do is to ask the person. I believe that is just common sense. That ain't something that you have to go and sit in class for. That is common sense. So because of your failure to apply the common sense, it could cause the government damage. It could cause the government loss of resources. It could cause the government loss of funds. So you see where we are. Some of you, like we said, y'all took on power. Criminally, y'all came into power. The way y'all came in power, some of you know it. Y'all did all that y'all did to support your political interests. And even in power, you guys are not still satisfied. You feel insecure because why you got, you did not get it the real way. So you feel like the real secret will come outside. And if the real secret will come out, it will not be from the people you're expecting. It will be from the very people who aided you in doing what you did, the clandestine things you did, it will be because of those people who helped you, because now they are even getting disenchanted. They are even getting angry with some of your missteps, in your early missteps. So they are getting angry, and it will come to a time they will start to put all of those things that you did clandestinely to get to where you people are. They will start to pull it out. So you want election. Instead of you governing the country, you got 6 years. You're not leaving power tomorrow to say, oh, you want impound gracious ride vehicles because you think like they were criminally acquired. So when you not do it today, next government coming tomorrow. No, you got 6 years. You got 6 years to do that. But only because of the hate, the mindset that during your days when you're fighting for power, the mindset that you had that, oh, those people are all criminals. Those people are amassing wealth at government expense. They are amassing wealth that they are not legal. That was the perception. That was why you're portrayed to Liberians. So you want to still authenticate those things that you did, you said. So you want to make Liberians to believe that, yeah, that true you were saying when you said that people were stealing in government. So because of that, you get no respect for the rule of law in your actions. Because of that, you got no respect for human rights. People who were on those vehicles that morning, some of them were going to school. And some of them were going to work. Your actions caused them delay, that some of them maybe apparently bear punishment at their school or at their workplace. And some of them were even people who supported you. Some of them were Unity Party partisans. But you never cared at that point to know whether there were emergency cases on some of those vehicles that you were parking. Only because you want to prove yourself right to Liberians. So you want to do it illegally. You want to do it anyway without respect for anything. The first question you Liberian people can normally ask is, you know who I am? We know who you are. The president nominated or the president appointed you to serve on asset recovery team. That's why we said this entire thing about the asset recovery. It was not about getting back assets that belong to the country. It was not about getting back things that got stolen from the country, quote unquote, but it was about targeting a particular group or individuals. Because if sincerely your core is about seeking the general good of our country, it should have been something that you are going to say, the last 18 years. Some of you are stole from government. 12 years before we are came in power, you stole from government. You still got the horses you buy with dubious money. You still got those properties you acquire with government funding. You still got them. So you think it's not necessary for the asset recovery to start from 2005 up to now? If you really want to prove to Liberians that your action is transparent, your action is in the interest of the country and not a political witch hunt as Liberians are thinking now. You don't think it was better that it started 18 years ago if we pushed back to 18 years ago? When Ambassador Bwaka, now the president, when he served as vice president 12 years ago, he himself served at positions in government before becoming vice president, and he was dismissed for corruption. You don't think those days are important to be considered too as well? Why was he dismissed on 2 separate occasions from government? What was the corruption scandal that he got dismissed for? You don't think he used some of those finances to acquire wealth, to acquire things that maybe he's still hiding in the country today? So what is the asset recovery about? Is it about political witch hunt, or it is about genuine asset recovery, getting back things that belong to government, getting back things that belong to the country? Is it about that? And at this point, people who Liberian would normally say, Babe, you're supposed to know better. At this point, they don't know better again. And they are behaving like elementary students. They are behaving like some of them have never sat in class, and they are allowing their education and everything that they've ever acquired to be questioned only because of their political interests, their political actions. So, you see where you're causing yourself. You see the early disgrace that you're bringing to yourself, and you think you're bringing it to people. You guys are bringing early disgrace. Very early, very, very early disgrace you're bringing to yourself. Nobody fighting you, nobody competing with you at this point. Nobody is fighting with you guys at this point. You'll get a country for 6 years. There are things that should be done and commended by Liberians if you do them the right way. Your thoughts about those vehicles being criminally acquired could have been appreciated by Liberians if you were going to respect the rule of law, use the court system, gave those people due process, or gave the management of gracious wrath due process. And understand for yourself, if there is no justifiable reason or justifiable documents that will be proven or presented to you to prove that those vehicles are under gracious wrath and is owned by Blamo, then you can run into your action you want to run in. Use the court to get them back. But he did not do so. You could not because of politics. You see how you will continue to push our country backward, even when Liberians are thinking that we are moving forward. This is now a progressive step that we're taking under this administration. This step, the issue of this asset recovery thing, is never a progressive step that they are taking. All of the actions they're taking, it has proven to the public that it is all about political witch hunt. It is all about hate for individuals. It is all about maybe just going at people for no reason. You could highly be appreciated by Liberians. Even some of us here would have clapped for you if you are going to do the right thing. But you still, with all of the education you've acquired, with all of the things that you've done, all of the school that you sat in, you scored a grade, you reached a grade point that called for you graduating. With all of these things, you still play them one side, you push them aside. And your actions day by day is proving to Liberians that you're not ready to run this country. And we see today people running with fake information that the court said they must impound all gracious wrath vehicles. That is not what the court said. And some of you who are reading this, I don't know whether you're really reading this because you want to read. So I don't know whether some of you just think like you can just continue to fool Liberians with the fake information that you carry. Go at those days. Because by virtue of the fact that some of those who sat here and who use their various platform like yours, like the Spoon FM and other platform, that they lie to the Liberian people. So you see where it is now. Those people who lie to Liberians, they are now trying to move away from the lies, and they're trying to buy Liberians trust again. So because of that, you will see some of them pretending like, yeah, they now putting forth their plights. These are people who lost every level of trust and respect because of the actions that they took to lie to Liberians. And those lies are coming to the reality behind those lies are coming to pass, are becoming clear. So because of that, you see them today. The lie is very hard to be defended. Always lies are very difficult to be defended. If a man lies to you today, just give him a few minutes or a few days after, and ask him the very question that you asked him that he responded to. And from there, you will understand clearly that that person is a liar. Just by the way they will respond to you, you will clearly understand that that person is a liar. So, the court did not ask Gracious Ra, or the court did not ask the asset recovery team to impound or to arrest all Gracious Ra vehicles. The communication the court sent was in response to the request or the communication that came from the asset recovery team through its head, Councilor Edwin Martin. That is why the communication came. And that communication, I read to you, that communication, in that communication, the asset recovery team alluded to the fact that there were some missteps. There were things that they did. Particularly, let me re-emphasize this. However, respondent submits and used to the petition in part that says, so this is the communication that came from the asset recovery team as the respondent. So it says, I'm re-emphasizing this. However, respondent submits and used to the petition in part that says that the authority of the courts and appropriate laws will be applied in consonance with due process and the rule of law. So, what the document that came from the court as people running a riot way is not a real thing. Because in this communication, Councilor Martin recognized that he erred. He blundered legally by taking action without giving individuals involved due process. Look at what happened to Patrick Sudu, a former police inspector general. You spoke about you had a mind that the vehicle that Patrick is driving around today is government vehicle. So because of that, you parked the man's vehicle, and the man told you that he acquired that vehicle legally. He got documents to prove that he acquired a vehicle legally. And still you could not respect that document and you intended to impound a car. Patrick is a person living in Liberia, and that vehicle is in Liberia. What it would have taken you to go to use the legal means to ensure that you call Patrick to order for questioning to see whether he got that vehicle legally. Go back to GSA. When Patrick said he got the vehicle from GSA, go to GSA, leave the car with Patrick, go to GSA, do all your investigation, request for the documents that prove that Patrick is the proper owner of the car now, that he bought it from the government. And with that, if there is no documents to show and clarify your doubt that Patrick bought the car from government, then you can go about using a court to get a car from Patrick. Tell the court, say, oh, this guy is driving a government vehicle when he's not a government official. So we are asking that you request him to turn over the car he's driving. That was just as simple as it is. The court was going to act as you will request and ensure that Patrick turned over the car. That is if he did not obtain a car legally. But he took the man's car, You embarrassed him. You embarrassed his family that was on the car. You took the car and you brought shame to him publicly because that was your fight to ensure that I put Patrick from the car. And you did that. You all went back to GSA, and it was proven that Patrick acquired the car legally. So you see how you are disgracing yourselves every day, the entire team. You are disgracing the entire team every day. You are disgracing the government every day. Just simple things that you're supposed to do. Simple things you're supposed to do. Simple things that you're supposed to do. You don't pay attention to it. So if the court decline on issuing the writ, it does not in any way mean that Patrick, or let's say, or Gracious Ra is not the owner of the vehicle and they should go to arrest all those vehicles. The court declined to issue the writ and called on the respondent to do the right thing, to do the right thing in line with due process. The court declined to issue the writ, but send the communication back, called on the asset recovery team to do due process or to follow due process. So the court did not say we decline the rate because you don't have ownership of those vehicles. So the asset recovery team will take the vehicles when you know. The very petitioners can go back to court after the due process and everything from the asset recovery team. The very petitioners can choose to go back to court if they are not satisfied with the action from the asset recovery team. So you see how simple it is. We are declining to issue this rate, and we informing or asking the asset recovery team to go and do due and take take siege of the matter and ensure that they give the petitioners due process. Take jurisdiction or have jurisdiction over the matter, and take ownership of the case. Give the people involved due process, respect their rights, respect what they say, follow every legal step that you should follow. And from there, if you are not satisfied, if they are not satisfied, they have the power to come back to court. That is where the real legal case will start in case they go by the court. So the court, in short, the court now asked, let me come down in our English. The court that the people that the people passing around from the court that say, oh, the court say they must go back and arrest all the car that Gracious Ra get. Because you know that they park Gracious Ra car, they test it, they used to see in the traffic, or you can see in the traffic. The government team that they set up that they call asset recovery team, they park the people car because they say the cars that they park, that government car, that stealing car. And the people too who get the car say they were not satisfied, they went to the court. And they issue a document that the court can call a rate of prohibition. And that rate or that document can call for you to post stop to any action that you're doing. Like if somebody say, oh, Hagar, the presentation that Hagar is carrying on the radio, I want him to stop it. And the person run to the court. And so when they go to the court, what the court will do is the court will say, Hagar, your presentation that you on that show, stop it. Post stop to it. And then when the court post stop to it, the court will ask the person who asked the court to tell Hagar to post stop to the case, to post stop to his show. The court will ask, say, why you say we want to tell Hagar to post stop to his show that he carrying on? Then the person, if the person not give any reason why the court should post stop, or why did they ask the court to post stop to my program that I carry on, the court will tell me, say, Hagar, continue your program. When the court tell me, say, Hagar, continue my program or continue your program, it doesn't in any way mean, they tell you, say, oh, or Hagar, that program can be stopped. But they tell you, say, Hagar, go or continue your program, because the person that bring you to court, the person that get no issue now to prove that we must post stop to this. So because of that, continue your program. And if tomorrow that person come back with different with evidence or substantial document or heavy document, I will say, oh, let Hagar post stop to the case. And when the court look at it, the court can tell me, say, Hagar, post stop to the FREEDM HUB. The FREEDM HUB will not go on FREEDM FM again. So that document are passing around today that say, the court say, oh, let me go back and go take all gracious right card Allah. That's what the court say. The court document are passing around, it was responding or is responding to a communication or document that came from the people that heading the asset recovery team. I will go the simple way today. I will go the way. And I hope I try my best. Simple English. So yeah. So the court never told the people, say, or asked the people, say, you go and pack all the car that Gracious Right get. No. The court only say, go back and get Gracious Right due process. And due process in court means ask Gracious Right, like the way your child, when your child do something to your horse. Or maybe you get plenty of children and one person, and they accuse one person of taking something from the horse. Then you call that child, you ask the child question. Your friend and say, you take it in here, that true, you take it. If you take it where the person will explain. Now, what the court say, the asset recovery team will go do to Gracious Right. So in that, you will still see Gracious Right car moving. And if the asset recovery team, from their due process and everything that they will conduct and do, if Gracious Right is not satisfied, if Gracious Right is not satisfied with the way the asset recovery team will present themselves or will act, Gracious Right still get it right. The law getting it right to go back to court. So that document are passing around a lot. The document is from the court. But the way the people interpreting it to you, to telling you, say, oh, the document say, or the court say, they will go pack Gracious Right car, all that yellow test, you can see that get Gracious Right on it. They say they will go pack it, and I chew that lie, yeah? I hope I really try my best in the simple English. So yes, that is it. We have to do it this way so that people too that they can go to and be lying to. So that people that they go into and be lying to can understand, because the old man are the ones that really, considering the lies that are coming from those people. But the old man really feeling it. Because they say to the old man, the old man not understand it. She take it to them, she say, they are true. And the people are stealing our money, that the thing that not true, the people are not stealing our money. Now what the court say? It's just simple as it is. So we'll take Crime Stoppers Liberia on this conversation. And when we come back, we'll be trying to speak about our next course of discussion. Then after that, we just speak up from you. We're receiving info that Monserrado County District 10 Representative Yeke Koluba has been invited by the National Security Agency. So yes, I'm making all efforts to speak to Honorable Yeke, even if not live, at least behind the scenes. So if I can hear from him to confirm or deny that, yes, it will be important for us. But in case we don't have hold of him, then again, we just give our own take and see whether there is need or there is any cause for Yeke to be summoned by the court or by the NSA for questioning, and if they are calling him for questioning, why are they calling him for questioning? So yes, let's take Crime Stoppers Liberia, and we'll be right back.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Thank you so kindly for rejoining us. You see, if you're following me live, a bit, you see me feeling somehow from a posture, you would tell that I'm a bit disappointed. I'm disappointed when I see the trend at which our country is moving to. Then yes, we just spoke about another issue that had to do with legal, that borders on legality. We spoke about that, and if you following us on our Facebook feed, made a phone call and you saw the phone, you saw me talking on the phone, and I was speaking to Monserrado County District 10 Representative Honorable Yeke Koluba. And like we said, the issue of information that we've gathered that Honorable Yeke has been summoned by the court. Not the court, sorry. Yeke has been summoned by the National Security Agency. Honorable Koluba just on the phone confirmed to me that it is true that he has been summoned or requested to appear by he has been requested to appear at the National Security Agency office for questioning as to why are they inviting him. He did not tell me that, but I wanted to speak on the radio, but he said he wants to appear in person. But it is already late. He can't do that now because when you move from where he is to come here, it will be something of time consuming that will not live up to the time. So between now, hopefully by God's grace, between now, either Wednesday on the Freedom Hub or Friday morning on the Freedom Morning Ras, we will be making efforts to host Honorable Yeke Koluba here live in studio. So when we have him, then he will speak about the information that but just to confirm that from what he told me, yes, that's true, but he has said he will not appear. Yes. Honorable Yeke Koluba confirmed to me that yes, it is true that the National Security Agency invited him. But what he told me is, yes, it is true they invited me, but I will not appear. I tell you, I'm not going there. That's why he said, yeah, that's true, but I tell you, I'm not going there. So if that is something to go by, Why are they inviting Honorable Yeke Koluba now at this stage? And you see, when we said our country was going in the hands of dictatorial leadership, in the hands of dictators, in the hands of people who could not accept 0.1% of what they did to people, and you see where we are today. Honorable Koluba insulted former President George Weah in this country. He called former President George Weah criminal. He did everything he could do. We saw him carrying football, jersey, whistle, and everything to the Capitol building to present to the former Speaker, Buffer Chima, saying that it was for President Weah. He said things literally utter voice to the presidency. And nothing was done at any point in time to say, oh, the security agency is inviting him for questioning or this. Nobody, all those people that insulted Weah in this country, none of them are invited by the National Security Agency. Even when they said things that brought us on national security, even when they said things, when people sat here and said things that could push our country into something terrible, none of them were invited by the National Security Agency, because we are not was, but is a respecter of free speech. That's why when he came, he spoke in Aite. He ensured that the Abdullahi Kamara Act was in Aite or was passed into law. So you see where we are. With all that was said before against Weah, not just Yeke, but others said things. People were paid by individuals to travel from their country and go live and go sit in other countries to lie on the government. And none of them were arrested. To say, oh, because you made a statement against Weah, so you go into jail, or you go in, the court is inviting you, or NSA is inviting you. But today, just in under 3 months of the Weah, the Buckeyes administration, when Yeke had not even said anything enough or sufficient to be invited by the NSA, he has been invited. Yeke displayed check or coupon of bribery, or that quote unquote spoke of bribery when he said the executive signed or sent a check that was signed by the Minister of State, 4,500 to go and get 4,500 worth of materials from JMAC for their offices as lawmakers, especially those who supported the speakership of how they call the Unity Party guy. So when Yeke brought that out, he even went to the police station. The video is clear. I got it. When he stood right before the police, he challenged the police. He said, this is a document that was given by this institution. And this institution, at first, when I went there, they confirmed that, yes, the signature here is from JMAS, and the signature here proves that I can go here or I can come here and take anything. And when he later went back, for political reason, the very institution denied him deny him of getting the things that were mentioned on those, all the amount of things that were mentioned. And he took that coupon to the court. So he took those things to the court. That's why he took the coupon to a court. And he called to the police station and called on the police to investigate, to call on the management of JMAX to ensure that they investigate, let the police investigate, and if Yeke was lying or is lying about the coupon, he should face the full weight of the law. I don't know whether the information or the investigation has been done by the police, fundings have been released to know whether or not Honorable Yeke was being summoned or invited by the NSA. So you see where we're going. So you see where we're going today. Nothing Yeke had said about Bwaka that he did not say about we. He even said more terrible things. Yeke is not the only person I would say about President Bwaka got battery. Even Senator Johnson said that a lie. We got a recording here. So if that somebody want to say Yeke said the president using battery, so is that enough to invite Yeke to NSA? NSA is responsible to investigate serious legal or serious security matters, issues that borders on serious security of the state. So if when Yeke said around here that they will end the country, don't you think that was enough? Even when former now President Bwaka, when he said that if he does not win the election, it will be the end of the country. Don't you think that was even sufficient enough for NSA to invite him? And I don't know whether somebody has been nominated at the NSA or the person that is trying to override so that they can get something to. Yeah, so as a way of pleasing the master. So maybe the person want to say, then the president will say, yeah, the person in my interest. So yes. So on this case with Yeke and the NSA, I will not speak much about it. I will give you the opportunity to just make your informed contribution on the conversation we've had here, and then speak to Yeke fully after this program. I will speak to him, and we'll schedule his appearance, and we'll have deeper insight of why the NSA is inviting him, why they said they want him to appear. So, but on a clear note, Honorable Yeke Koluba confirmed to me that yes, he has been invited by the NSA and he has said he's not going there. So we take Crime Stoppers like bro. When we come back, we interact with you, our public, our audience out there, so you can make your input. But don't forget now, play the Freedom Cash giveaway. That *799# just with $100 Liberian dollars or 70 cents USD on your phone. You can play the Freedom Cash giveaway, and with that, you stand a chance to win 2,500 instantly. You dial *799#. You okay? When the options appear, you see Freedom at number 11. You select 11 for Freedom FM, and with that, you stand a chance to win 2,500 instantly. That is, once you win the money, it comes to your phone. Nobody can tell you. And be aware of people who will call and request for gifts or something before they send your money. That lie. When you win from the Freedom Cash giveaway, the people don't call you to tell you, say, oh, this, send all this, will send you money. No. You can't say nothing. Once you win, the money automatically goes to your mobile money account. So don't listen to anybody that will tell you, say, do the one, do that one. A lie. We take Crime Stoppers and we'll come back, we interact with you, the public.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must talk it. I mean you cheche, do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stoppers Liberia is proud to be associated with Freedom Hub right here on Freedom 87.9. So you can make the input by dialing star 0776 104 104 0776 104 104 or 86 500 104. For our diaspora callers, you can call us on +231 886 500 104. This caller, hello. Hello. Hello.
Oh, hey guy, how you doing?
You live on the radio. Go ahead, Chief. I'm okay.
Yeah, this is Edmond Carr, the vision you pay card and keeping Bagasi to the fire to determine where you campaign promises.
Go ahead, Edmond.
You know, what is going on in this country is the Bible says, whatsoever a man soweth, so shall he reap. Whatsoever the Unity Party planted over the six that what they are reaping now. Why are they crying? Why are they complaining? Okay? And in fact, you can use a propositional phrase. He said, if Waka come after him, they will go after him. So if you don't want for Waka to come after you as the president and your children, start coming after Yeke. That's all he said. And so advise your children also to start breaking that picture without living with Yeke off Facebook, because they are the ones that are causing it to happen the way it is happening. So, NSA can do their work. This is not the thing that you will go after in the country. Because all of these things will bring stare in the country. All the people will, because you can't say that you will not go. So the 24 hours is the relax, you can don't go. Then what will you do? You'll be using force. And when you use force, you will go on with force. And when anything there are going on, it will carry on stir in the country. Investors will not come. The economic situation will be high. The people will not be living in good. See, then they told the people, the justice will not support them, but they got to stop. Because if you have the guy will come after you.
Okay.
You are paying for what you did. Happy as the president we are, you rejoice, you're there. Oh my God, there's something that happened to him. Is she happy because we're talking about the presidency? But that's why you planted. Now you are reaping what to eat. Why are you crying? So you gotta reap what you sow. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so kindly. Thank you so kindly. I don't know. Hello. What's up? What's the radio, please?
You get me now,
Yeah, much better.
Okay, this is Abraham Stein putting on the several things down.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh my God. Okay, let me pick this international caller. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Ega.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, this Mohammed Kamara call from UAE.
Go ahead, Mo.
You know, we told people yesterday, by election 2022, when Joseph Bakate Yeke Koliba Daro Dijon, they went for ya. Joseph Baka was clapping when Yeke Koliba was insulting President Weah and his wife, insulting Tomo Father before ya. Joseph Baka was clapping. Joseph Baka embraced Yeke Koliba with every single wrong thing Yeke Koliba did. Joseph Baka embraces. That's our union. He embraced Yeke Koliba. Joseph Baka was telling when Yeke Koliba said they will rob Tomo Fala and send him somewhere as refugee. They were rapping, they send him there. Joseph Baka was clapping. So what wrong with him today? Let me live with every single negative thing Yeke do against you. His children, they want to provoke Yeke. Because if they were not coming saying someone to take that picture and post it, Yeke should not go at that route to him. It's a disgrace to him now. Big disgrace to him. So when people were telling Joseph Baka yesterday, there is a press and essay. It's not about the individual. This is the presidency office. Do not allow it. Exonerate yourself from Yeke Koliba. Joseph Baka never did it. Joseph Baka, he said, look, president we are, he said they take Mayor Joy and give it to boss. Today they are taking Mayor Joy and give it to all rotten team that work. They are taking Mayor Joy today, they give it to that team. That old team. You don't even know the beginning how to handle presidency. They take Mayor Joy and give it to him.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Let me pick Amos Morris. Go ahead, you live. Yeah, Amos.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm okay. Go ahead, you live.
Thank you. Let me say this, right? We all.
Oh my goodness. Let me pick Isaac Wozi. Isaac, what's up?
Yeah, hey guys. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother. Go ahead, you live.
And good afternoon to the peace-loving people of Northern Liberia. This is Isaac Wozi for the public, the first to be called son of KOK, and I'm joining the conversation this afternoon from the crowd Zambia. Hey guys, you know, we're in this country and have the work and Pacific also what the people require the soul. When you plant cassava here, there's no way that you will not find you find plenty. And when you plant cucumber here, there's no possibility that you find apple. So the Unity Party and that their alliance, they seek for some of these things that is happening. One, this honorable man was standing in the presence of the then Kennedy Parker in Foya insulting Honorable Thomas P. Father. He did not say anything pertaining. Why today it is the case, but then they are summoning in the NSA. Where were the NSA or today the NSA is coming out to summon this honorable man. So these are not things that we see necessary for our country to move out. Okay. If you want to do this, let the business be set for everyone. Okay. Everyone should be treated equally. Right. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Isaac. Let me pick this. Amos, welcome back.
Thank you, man. I think your caller been kicking me up. So, yeah, like I was saying, right, I want to speak to the national security aspect of this discussion you're having, because being a former security personnel of Liberia, we all have a stake in this. Now, the issue of NSA inviting Yeke, if it is true, Yeke is not just an ordinary citizen. He's a lawmaker. He got a leadership. Did the NSA go through the leadership to invite this honorable man? Or how are they inviting him? He's not an ordinary citizen. So if you want to do it right one for all. Do not do it in a way that it will backlash on you. Secondly, Hagar, we all sat here over the last 6 years, going 7 years. We saw the role the NSA played in the George Weah presidency. Some of us sit outside of Liberia.
Oh wow, Amos is off the radio. Let me speak to the international caller. What's up?
How are you?
I'm okay. Go ahead, Ali Masali.
Thank you. The problem here, Hagar, you see what is happening in the country. Some of us we are not in support of it on this Yeke issue. But the problem here, Yeke started this thing for 6 years, and those people who call it today saying, "Oh, they had to put stop. This is not good. What Yeke is doing." Yeke started the thing. Mistress Taylor, the former vice president. Yeke insulted that woman, the whole of Liberia know that woman, she was a former first lady and a present vice president at that time. Nobody said anything. The second president Webb, which was the first lady at that time, nobody came out to say anything. And he did the same thing to President Weah. All those people today that are saying what Yeke is doing is wrong. Nobody said anything. It was not something like Yeke did it in 1 week, and then the second week he started doing it for people to say, "Oh, Yeke did it in the first time, 1 week, and the second week, yeah." But he did it for 6 years. Nobody said anything, and now they are saying, "Oh, they make it be insulting leaders." President Weah was a leader, but one day nobody said anything. You people were talking people to go to Shetin to vote for Yeke. Why? Because you felt you were going to lose the election. Yeke should remain in power to insult the president, his wife, and everybody. That was the reason for which you guys went to people to District 10 to vote this Yeke man. Today, you see why he had turned up to. We are not in support of it because why? That's a president. He's an elderly man. That's a woman, the first lady. We can't support those things. But you see, this God, why you left for your friend, you should like it for yourself. Do unto others as you had them do it unto you. But we pray, let Yeke get somebody to talk to him, for him to come down. Let somebody be in the country that can talk to Yeke, that he can listen to, so at least this can stop. It is not good for our country.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you so kindly. Amos, you can call back. Sorry, I was picking up 0776 104 104 86 to 86 50104. Hello.
Hello.
You're live on the radio. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. That's money from where, Papa?
Go ahead, Vamuya. Good afternoon.
You know, if you have been somewhere, don't suffer for the last past 6 years. Everybody said in the country, all the of the country, Saddam, Yeke insulted the former president. Nobody ever to come out to say, oh, Yeke, you were wrong. Poor level of district, the one voted for Yeke, because they said that we are going to win the election, Yeke should be insulting the president. I'm not supporting Yeke causing leader. But for now, I'm going to say, the day they mean why Yeke calling Judicial Bakai. Judicial Bakai stands supporting Yeke for calling the president. Judicial Bakai shall call president, we are Yeke calling, oh yeah, of course supporting me, but don't show the president. Because tomorrow can be president too. But he sat down there, Yeke calls president, we have today, Yeke calling Judicial Bakai posted wrong, and now we are supporting Yeke today. I want to look on the party after the fast, I will get Yeke for 40 Judicial Bakai. Judicial Bakai.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, Vamuya. Let me pick Amos again. Amos, your line is something else, so you just have to, try your best at least.
Yeah, so like I was saying, right? The security sector in the country have been compromised, ranging from the NSA, the police, the immigration, you name it. So how can you infect or sincere law enforcement in the country? The NSA are sat in this country. When you call on the NSA director at the time, Mr. Pearson or whatever his name is, there were a lot of issues of threat in our country under the 6 years of President Weah. You bring these things into the country, and today it has resonated with the citizen. You hearing the callers. These are ordinary citizens calling, saying what good for John yesterday should be good for Paul today. That's not good for our country. And listen to the prayer Yeke put out. Those are threats. In America, you don't use those kind of words against a sitting president. FBI will be at your door. But what can you do now in a situation when yesterday you was NSA that was responsible for the country, a lawmaker say when the president straight up pour gun, you don't know what gun will come from. When a lawmaker sat and said, if drug we are playing with him, they will stone the president come for. All these threats were made. How can you fix this now? The same man that you're talking about inviting to the NSC were part of this very group yesterday that was winning all the threat. So the security system in the country has been compromised. How do we fix it? It's hard.
Okay, Amos, thank you so kindly.
Got to go after Yeke in a negative manner right now. You will check some of you find out some of the very private citizens will go to defend him.
Okay.
Because you did it yesterday and there was nothing done.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Amos. Thank you. Thank you. Let me pick Abraham Kane. Abraham from the US. How are you? Baby, what's up?
Hey, Yeka, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Go ahead.
Yeka, this is AB, man. I call him to make my late contributions. Look, Amos said it all and the quarter before Amos. Look, the thing is the water park Gary now. So if it happened yesterday to Yeka, it good for Abraham today. So it was good for former President Weah. It good for Boga and people there today. It was good for President Weah when Alpha Toba wrote that book, the United Party people went and praised and bought that book. It good for Boga and he wept today. So why the NSA coming here to come and invite Honorable Yeke? Honorable Yeke is a hero. He was hero yesterday. He's still a hero. Why they get invest? Why the NSA invited Honorable Yeke for? When they don't sat over there, say I will stone the president come for. I will go to a house. Did they invite him? No. When Henry Kosa said I will drive President Weah on Broad Street, did they invite him? No. When Yeke, what happened? Did they invite him? No. It was good yesterday. The people that I want to hear to come make a statement that the council of churches. Those bunch of hypocrites. You understand what I'm saying, Yaka? That content sport. You cannot utter the words here. You understand what I'm saying? But you're encouraged yesterday, it will be encouraged today.
Okay.
It will be encouraged today, and you get there, Yaka. Thank you, Yaka.
Thank you so kindly. Let me the cash giveaway. I'm going to be calling some of my winners so you can continue to play. Hello. If you're based in Liberia, you calling me on WhatsApp, I will not pick up. So you just have to William Rulu, you calling me on WhatsApp. I will not pick you up. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Hega. How are you?
Good evening, my brother. I'm okay. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is the voice of Muhammad Asisi. I'm calling you from a resident here in District 17. Hega, today is laughable on the part of the Unity Party to start coming out to say Yeke is a roommate, Yeke is this, Yeke is that. When did they get to realize that Yeke is a roommate, Yeke not supposed to be causing leader? When Yeke went and blocked the road at the intersection of how to call it, Old Road Junction around the demo embassy there, and clear on top of the car, he was there for more than an hour. He was there insulting President William's mother, at the same time causing other people. And where the police say police didn't do nothing. NSA, they didn't do anything. The Unity Party was there, they were going live, and then they were laughing at it, they were making mockery out of it. Only because they see that Yeke was insulting President William's mother and were in a favor. Today, nobody do anything to Yeke. When Ade Batupe went and wrote a book dedicating the President William at the time, and he and his whole family, what did they do to him? Today they want to them in because of Yeke Koloba is now their own thing that they made. They are pointing at the case to pointing George. We are now the pointing at them against them. And they want to say the mayor is there. Yeke, please, anything about you, don't go there.
Thank you. Let me pick William Wulu in Liberia. You calling me on WhatsApp. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. People Judicial are joining from my end, Carwell. You said it, Higa. We see, we are saying big trouble. Big problem is coming, Liberia, Higa. Dictatorship is creeping. Not creeping, say, how I take over. Because all the things that they're happening, turning position whatsoever. Because, Jerry, the Koluba, and all of the business, all Liberia, fighting against the presidency. And we told them, it's not about President Ria, but it's about the presidency. That power is sacred. Anybody can take over tomorrow. And the thing was saying, Jesus said, then the security agency to add the local law for investigation.
Thank you, William.
Other people.
Thank you, William.
In the country.
Thank you. We have to make you keep it brief today. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, my dear brother?
I'm okay. Go ahead, Emmanuel Davis.
Yeah, my man. Thank you for the show, my man. Following your show, and at least you are pushing a lot of luggage. But let me say this to the Liberian people. And the Liberian people, they say they are Christian. And they're forgetting to know that the Bible says that if you do something to somebody, that same thing will come after you. So you think God will not come to pass? Unity Party created the monster like Yeke, like Prophet Key, Henry Costa, and those same people there came against them. That now they know that Yeke, he got problem. That today they know that Prophet Key got problem. So for me, I don't have no regret whatsoever the man doing to them. Let it they all bear the may let it lie down on it. Let it see the thing. Okay. They understand how it takes to respect leaders, especially the leader for the country. When Yeke was doing nothing, Prophet Key was doing nothing, they were clapping. In fact, the police were generating money for the people. Okay. That's why the hospital sent medicine for Yeke and doing the election.
Okay.
So and now Yeke doing it, and why should they complain? For me, I don't have no regret. Anything they do, that's it. But anyway, they get that country, that's it. Okay. That's my one business. Even a no food, I ain't got no problem with them.
All right.
Let it live that way because I want to want that.
Emmanuel, thank you. Let me pick LP. What's up?
Come on, brother. As I'm speaking to you, man, I'm a working card. I want to part the show.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but you see here, guys. First of all, let's establish something. Is the NSA director, he have right to call for Yeke? Do he have right? If he have a right, I think he got no authority to say that he want to arrest Yeke. You see?
He did not ask. He's not requesting to arrest. That is not an arrest. asking him to come and respond to some issues that they got of concern to him.
To respond for to what thing? To say Joseph Baker say, okay, then he coming to for Tokana, then he coming to the office. Because I say they do that, Joseph Baker say, he saw he get battery. When they get arrested, when they get for preach on it too. That when they get that today know his good, that today know his good, and you're a person and a busy person and we are. Look at today, I need today, you're going to tell that woman get there wrong. Then you want to go for somebody, say the person will go to the office. Anything that Joseph Baker say, let the guy arrest me.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, my brother. This caller. Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Okay, this is Sue calling from Arizona.
Go ahead, boss.
USA. Brother, you know our people in Liberia really, if I think, I don't know where Liberia is heading to really. I've been following you guys from Liberia all the time. If I sit down to my resident here, I always follow you guys. But while you've been talking from the beginning that it coming to pass, small, and it will come to pass. Everybody will see it live. You see it? During 89 war, the 89 war that fought, they don't pick and choose. They don't pick and choose. That is the people bringing in as you are there. And you will not tell me, say, you go, you do part of your friends or family, while they feel on the front line. Our people then the time they were doing all that thing there. Nobody pick and choose that time. That the same thing the people bringing back in Liberia there, but we don't pray for that. We have a family in Liberia. But let us stop doing all that thing when they're doing to their friends in Liberia. They're very, I regret it. I don't know. Very, I disappointed in the other government that come in. Then when somebody wake up and say anything against them, while they were doing all that thing to their president, government, they don't trouble. But now they send it up to be saying all other things, 13 people, and all that thing that they're doing, we go after them, just leave them. That's the reason I'm calling you, but brother. Right. Thank you for your concern.
Thank you so kindly. Thank you for your participation as well. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing, my dear?
I'm okay. You're live on the radio. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is Nathan SPA. I join your company, Green Revolution.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. You see, in Liberia, let us try to condemn some things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some things have to be condemned. That boy away politics, facing the reality.
You're right.
All your actions have been bad. What a bad time.
Oh yes, and you're right about that.
And you can't be leader, representing one district, one of the biggest districts in Liberia. See it? That thing is small side. The misbehaving, acting all kinds of ways. Will not be okay.
Thank you. You're right.
Let's try to forgo.
You're right. And we join you to say that Yeke's attitude is bad. Yeke way of responding to issues, though he can get a point, but the way he can push the points are always bad. But is it the right time now when he did similar thing before? Hello?
Hello, Ika.
You live on the radio, boss. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Peter Kam, calling for Township of Western Football. Oh, thank you very much for the particular program today. Why the time you get pissed off to Captain B to kill our president, former president George?
No, Yeke never get pissed off. The last time Yeke was accused of carrying gun in his car was during the protest. That I'm pissed off himself.
Yes, I want to say, I was pissed off.
But the president was not there now, so why you say carry? Don't accuse a man. Go ahead, make a point.
No, that's not the man. The poor watching the man.
I'm trying to mess up on the CDC today, so maybe the man speaking in a way that is in the interest of people from the CDC today, so you should start accusing. They can never carry gun to keep president.
Okay, you don't carry gun, but why CDC? Why you never crime or you get why the time you were doing it, they were clapping.
They get some children to the house. When he gave 25 latches so they can cry. They get one. Just get them one, they can start crying. All right, then they see him.
Oh man, the boys will be crying now.
All right.
The thing what you guys do in this country forever more.
Okay.
Now you're heading there. You might head there. You gotta get more to say to them. You gotta get more to say to them. The more worry. You gotta get more. The more worry, you do something, I'll do it to you.
Okay.
What?
Thank you. Thank you so kindly. Let me speak to this caller. Hello.
Good evening, Heka.
Good evening, my dear brother. You live on the radio. Go ahead.
The name of me James Bonner, two John Obama candidates and this evening.
Go ahead from one of my beloved counties in Liberia.
Thank you. Hela, we are 6 here. We sunny. And then you will enjoy your care. Today, we coming from to Iva to go in the way honorable Yake. You get yet the end to go. You receive mere political for me, Yake. I will pray to God. I will pray to God that Yake will end with unity and can give it to Yake. Take my shoulder in your dear brother.
Thank you so kindly. This one. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead, my brother. You live.
Okay, Arun Andore calling from district number 17.
Okay.
Calling from district 17.
Go ahead, you live.
Okay, Heka. Yeah, first of all, we want to erase the checkpoint that whatever Yaka is doing, we are not in supporters of it, despite the Unity Party over the 6 years supported it. Today, Yaka to retain his post, it was 100% supported by every section of the Unity Party leadership. And then the problem of our country, breaking into this segment of leadership party and disrespect for leadership, is because after the Civil War, the dissolution of ministries and agencies and the restructuring was done by Unity Party. So we have people that have been granted in this area, and they are just there doing their own thing. So government coming, government going, they will not to be changed. So there is a reason. The only way these things will be done, that people will proactively respond to issue as it's supposed to be by law and work accordingly to govern this nation. We need to overhaul the system. We have people here that they have served for more than 25, 30 years in the position, director, deputy director, and whatsoever in the ministry. They already have their cartel set up to support their government that build them up and brought them from nowhere to where they are. This is the problem we have.
Okay.
This is the problem we have, my brother.
Okay.
This is not supposed to be happening.
Thank you.
It happened 6 years before, but sitting in the place and yet he was performing as he did, and nobody could even send any word of warrant to him.
Okay.
So they want to act as they have the best professionalism.
Okay. All right. This caller, you live from the diaspora line.
Yeah, hey God, this is Emmanuel T. I'm calling from Rhode Island.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Yeah. Hey God, you know, when this thing was started from the beginning, some of us used to be against it. As for me, I used to say this thing is not good for our country, for a lawmaker to insult presidency. It's not a good sign for our country. But people were in Liberia, calling Yaka hero, leaving their district to go register and elect Yaka for his doing. I don't know why today Joseph Wagner should be saying, inviting him for questioning. Yaka was the very first person who stood over a five person in Liberia, lawmaker, who stood over taxi, who challenging police, insulting president. In the midst of everybody, they saw it that no one invited him. Yaka again went and insulted the vice president, former vice president of our country. There was no one to invite him. What is it today that Yaka is doing wrong thing? Yeah, when Yaka went lofa, he was digging ground with Tomo Falani, saying that they're coming to bury Tomo Fala. Joseph Baga was standing right there. Ben Ayuro was there. Yomli Kanga was there. All of them laughed, they clapped. Yaka was invited on a program where Ben Ayuro, Joseph Baga, and Arizona Kumi were sitting. They invited him on stage. He came insulted president. We are in the midst of the crowd. Everybody started laughing. Is it today that Yaka is doing wrong? My brother, the thing that going on in our country, I think we need to pray. Because Liberia is going on a different lane. We don't know what is happening to our country. Those that are in leadership now need to bring peace, need to put us together. But if they are not doing that, they want to bring that kind of divisive politics, I don't think things will go on well.
Okay.
So that's why I called to say thank you.
Thank you so kindly for your participation as well. Let me pick this other person still on the international line. Hello. Hello.
Hey, Heka.
How are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. Yeah, thank you for the show. Thank you for everything. You know, either we talk, and we stay talking. Because why? There's a saying that wheresoever your treasure is where your heart can be, right?
Sure, you're right.
The great United States we live in here, you don't own anything. Nothing you own in the country. Let me tell you now. Except when you die, the little spot that they will send you all day because the whole casket can't go in. They carry you to the graveyard and make that big casket. They will never put that casket in the hole. Or when they put the casket in the hole, they will not cover it. They want the family to leave. When you leave the graveyard, you go back, take out the human being and make that little space. And just shove it in there and move that big yellow casket because they put say one person will not take one space. You understand what I'm saying? I'm on a radio and I'm talking for Liberian people here, and people all over the world they are listening to us. Any time when they were in opposition, like everybody say, Yeke is sorting, challenging the police. They were laughing. I know one other one they call it, I know one day here. I will take AK-47 and Desert. When the past government tried to invite it, they stand there. They said they were morally made a reckless statement. When the police invited morally, the Unity Party people, they went to the police station. You understand me? To stop the police from carrying on, the security from carrying on their work. Why are they complaining now? The only thing we want the country to be peaceful. Our children and you people over there, you are our big family. We're not part of the thing that they are doing. Here the country be peaceful. If they want to arrest Yeke, they must do it in a way that you guys will not be targeted. That our people, the innocent people, will not be into it. We pray that the thing be okay. Because they think we're going for 6 years. They took people from different areas. They carried them to District 10 to vote for JK. Because when they saw the momentum of the people that they were wanted to re-elect President they are thinking, well, when they re-elect President be re-elected, so JK can continue insulting, carry on unlawful attitude in the country. You understand what I'm saying? So now, they fall down on them. Thank you for the show. When they arrested Yeke, they will do it in a way. They will not temper with you people. Because when they temper with you people, we who in the diaspora, we temper with them.
Thank you. Thank you so kindly, man. Thank you for your participation. Yeah, that is it. Let me just pick maybe 2 calls. That Korea day today. Hello, the cash giveaway I'm about to do. No. Maybe we just please help me. Please call to our winners. Hello.
Hello.
You live on the radio. Go ahead.
I'm Omen Garden from Tenor Village.
Okay.
Okay, I have much to say, but I call one call in this country. We overload the security. The security to take everything in the world we planted. The power say he will give a mosque place. And we read rumor chapter 13:1 to the 7. Then when respect authority, go all the way does it go at the authority get camel in your hand. So Baba Yaga stand out as an man who know himself very well. Look at sitting president being insulting, president being insulting, he having open time. He never do anything.
You're right. Thank you.
So the authority will be respected by anybody.
Sure,
the authority will be respected by anybody. You're not beginning that bro. You're the common man. That's the common global country.
Okay. All right. Thank you so kindly. And I think I will have to stop here for today. And yes, we've always sat here and said these things, and we'll continue to say them because, like we will always say, we believe that posterity is going to judge all of us. And some of the things we said during the course of the campaign are coming to pass. People here supported people. Some of you campaign, I know of individuals who left their districts and went in District 10 just so they can ensure that Honorable Koluba is elected or re-elected as representative of District number 10 in Mosorado County. And all that was done only because of his continuous outburst against the former president at that time who was serving as the president. Like I said, everything that he could say, he did everything that he could do against George Weah in this country as president, and nothing happened. We said these things on several occasions, we condemned them, but people who at that time were benefiting from them felt like it was the right thing to do. And still at this point, let me publicly say I always condemn Honorable Koluba's action. You know, he got the issues. For every time he hit the media, there are issues that are flagged. But the way he always flagged them becomes the problem. There are rather, even like the Julius Malema, maybe people will say Yeke is wanting to imitate. Julius is a parliamentarian who constructively engaged issues in plenary. He constructively engaged issues in plenary in the South African Parliament. So Julius, for every time he push for issues or he push issues, you see to it that there is a logic in it. And we believe that that is how things should be. Honorable Koluba's action is outburst. Some of them I see it not necessary because of the way he can see them. But again, when he said them at that time, when it was just starting, the people who had the power to ensure that at least they break that spirit down, they could not do it. So they allow it grow. It's almost like you plant a tree and you know the tree is terrible. So how can you plant a tree that is terrible and you water the tree every day, but you know that the tree is terrible? So this is the point we reach. Unity Party and the supporters of the Unity Party planted the seeds of arrogance and I should say, what should I say? They kind of outbursts that he always portrayed. They planted this seed, and by virtue of them leading from their respective districts, officials of the government, senators, officials of the Unity Party government or the Unity Party, at that time when they were in opposition, they campaigned for Yeke. From place to place, they went in District 10. They said things. They even accused the government of wanting to cheat Yeke in District 10. Only because they felt or George Weah was going to be re-elected as president so that he can continue his continuous outburst on George Weah as president. But it turned out to be the way around. And at this early stage, even though George Weah and his government condoned this for 6 years, but less than 90 days, Unity Party is now willing to do it. Should we say, is it a country that we want to run as Liberians? What is the standard that we set as Liberians that we want to push? So that when we are electing people, we set this as a standard. What is the standard? So you just go and support people because of the way they can maybe insult. Some will say, I like the president because of the arrogance, how he insult, I just speak. You took an anaconda to be pet. And this is where we are. The pet now is hungry and want to eat. So the food the pet used to eat is no longer around. So because of that, the pet have to, the anaconda you saw before as pet, it has to eat something that is available. And now the Unity Party government, Ambassador Baka, available. So why are you complaining now? This life we're living, like Ambassador Jones Dopo said before, sweet cassava leaf is not for good alone. So long you feel like, so long human being can eat it, dog can eat it, any other animal you think about can eat it. So this is where we are. All we pray for is let constructively engage all of these issues and be able to amicably handle them, so that it don't in any way affect the peace of our country. Because Honorable Koluba that you're running after or you requesting to appear and giving him ultimatum is a lawmaker. He got followers. And before, the same way Unity Party people used to be running around supporting him when he do this, when he do these things, and people running behind supporting him. Probably, I believe that could be the same thing that the judicial will want to do today. They will want to use it, and even so other members of other opposition political parties will want to support Yeke today. So you will not say arresting Yeke, and you think that people will say they listen, and the government too will not want citizens to come and override their power, and it might lead to something that we don't pray for. So in all that you do, whether it is legal, it is not legal, or any way around, let's just pray that it end up good for the peace of our country, so that we all can live here. Don't want anybody. Let's live here. You can talk for 6 years. You did not in any way post so on George. We asking. Yeah, you without post so on Joseph Bagaskin. Yeah, and Yeke is not the first person to say the president living on battery. Even Senator Johnson here today that supporting you, he said the very same thing. So why run after a particular person? So, folks, that is how I like to call it a day on to this edition of the program, right here. So we hope that yes, you can continue to play the couch giveaway, because we're here. I'm out of this building, and of course, Abraham Kamara is going to come on. Yes, to continue from where I stopped, and he will pick calls, and as I speak to all of those who have won, and you call so you can yes, because I'm out of time now. Yeah.
Sweet kiss our liver. Now go along. You take it from Peter to Paul, will take it from you tomorrow, mama.